Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. We are taking a look at St. Meghan Markle. That's right. That's that Reddit group that is so much fun. We're going to take a look at a lot of the news stories coming out about Meghan. They brought up some really interesting points that I want to get your thoughts on. And guess what? The whales have a new coat of arms. So let's play a game called What's Meghan Gonna Do? Or try to sell the one up it. Just wait till the one you see that was designed by one of the centers. Anyway, if you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my video, and I sincerely appreciate it. This name, Jen's White Fang, is because of, oh, wrong side, this. I left a message. If you don't know, you always want to stay tuned to the end of my videos because I always put a secret message in there. And it's some of my favorite stuff that we end up talking about. And in yesterday's, I went on about how the sugars, the mediocre mafia are at it again. And I love it because they are talking. They're trying to get me by talking about my tooth. And guess what? I love this tooth. It makes me vampire-like. And I actually dressed like a vampire today. It probably looks black in the camera, but it's like this deep, deep blue velvet, like, what's the word? Like damask. Not damn it, damask looking thing. And I love it. It's so pretty. It was an early gift from Gigi. Thank you, Gigi. Oh, she also gave me these. If you're new here, Gigi is my mom. We did some early Christmas shopping. She spoiled me rotten, and I love it. Okay, anyway, let's talk. Oh, yeah, so make fun of the vampire fang all you want. I love it. I think it's cool. If you want to be bitten, let me know in the comments. All right, let's take a look at what's going on St. Meghan Markle, shall we? Because it is hilarious. Starting with this, courtesy of Rue's mama, who's pointing out she thought that the cut was going to be as bad a magazine cover as we got from Meghan. Au contraire, Mom Frere. Look what we got. I'm sorry. Look what we got from Harpers Bazaar. Now, I say this every single time and it stands. I don't body shame. We all have weird parts. I don't like to talk about people's bodies. We've all got them. Good, bad, ugly, everything in between. But seriously, like that aside, we can all admit these are terrible covers, right? They're terrible. They do her no favors whatsoever. I just can't imagine like staring at a camera like and having that like be your magazine cover. Why the intensity? Dial it down. What are we doing? I don't know how you get those dead shark eyes, but I don't want them. I'd rather have my shark tooth than those shark eyes. So there's that. All right. So people are saying there's no rock bottom for Meg. Love that for her. Yeah, it seems to be the case. Okay. So these are all speculations. We don't know. We don't know what she's done, but people are speculating that she's had some sort of lip filler. That I don't ever say right. Is it buccal, that fat removal, upper. You think these are easy to say? They're not. I don't know how to say that, but that's when you cut above your eyes. I don't know, it makes you look younger, supposedly. What a bleak side by side, but please keep telling us how much you love yourself. Let's go back and look at the side by side, and I'm going to tell you the actual definition of this thing. So the upper farce, that one, is a cosmetic surgery to remove excess skin, fat, and muscle from the upper eyelid to improve vision or achieve a more youthful, lifted appearance. Speculation, that's what they're speculating she had done. They're just pointing out the side-by-side and the difference. And then that, I never say it, is it buccal, whatever fat is, it's around here. So it gives you a more chiseled jaw. But the thing we've said, or like this, you know, the cheeks and stuff, the thing that we've said before, and I've had people in the comments say that they've had it done, you know, to each his own. Good for you if that's something you wanted to do. Some people, I've heard it actually helps with TMJ and stuff. Maybe it does. I just wonder if it's just for cosmetic only, if it's not going to age you a little bit, you know, like losing the fat that we all have in your face. I thought most people try to inject fat back in, not take it out. I don't know. That's just me. But whatever she's had done, she does look different. But she's being authentic, right? Sure. She's trying to become relatable. I don't think so. I don't think she's interested in being relatable. Did the photo blur her hairline? Let's go back and look at that. I didn't even pay attention to that. Did she they blur? Oh. I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know. Yeah, maybe because I agree with what you're saying. Something's different there unless they just photoshopped it out here, but I don't know. Something's definitely off, shall we say. Okay, let me know in the comments what you think she had done. Yeah, oh, we did read those. Okay, and then all that just to look worse. Yeah, and the how do we say that wasn't very successful as it looks like her eyes are a bit smaller now. That's not good if that's what she had done. Okay, and then they went on to remind us all of this. Now, 2 days ago, I had one of the funniest sugar comments, whatever, mediocre mafia comments, one of her followers comment that I open my mouth too much when I talk. I don't know how else to talk. That's how people talk. They must just be used to seeing Meghan like this. Hello. And maybe they think that's normal. It's not. Are these the same teeth? My friend and I watched this brief moment and thought perhaps they were dentures while she was waiting for implants, new veneers. The teeth don't look the same to me. Okay. So I actually don't know about that stuff. Somebody explained it to me saying that when you get like veneers or things like that, because I always thought, why is she always doing it with her tongue? It's very weird. Somebody explained that it's something to do with certain types of teeth. You can't, things get stuck in them. So you're always like trying to suck it back out. I know that's gross, but like that's part of, it's a giveaway of veneers usually. I don't know. To me, it looks like she stacked teeth on top of teeth. So I'm not really sure. Again, let's go back to the shark analogy. Don't they have several rows of teeth? Maybe that's it. And Piper, if you're watching, Piper asked if she got bit in half by a shark one time. Never not think that's funny. Maybe she did. Maybe she's the shark. The cut pick is a severe face. I thought the same thing. The bizarre face looks like the cut one. Hit with a mallet and partially recovered. That's a pretty good way of describing that. I don't know. Let me know what you think. These two were at least stylish AF, even as seniors. Timu Rogue Royals look like something a cow spit out. So they're talking about, of course, Wallace Simpson here. And yeah, at least they talk about that. At least she was intelligent and at least they were stylish. Wallace and her Dracula hair looks better than Meghan Markle. I'm sorry. Again, I just can't help but think that that's really funny. I think that's pretty good. Dracula hair. Okay, Meghan is no Wallace Simpson. Wallace at least had style. She knew how to dress herself. Well, there is that. Wallace had style and gems. Rachel has stall and trinkets. I would think that would be an insult that Rachel would hate, one of the worst. And she's got cold dead eyes, which makes her look more insidious. Yeah, I kind of think the same thing. Sometimes photographers can capture inner beauty from a physically unattractive or conventionally ugly person because that person's got character, dignity, or his or her humanity shines through. But Scammy is like a robot. There's literally no feeling, no inner humanity, no goodness there. It is weird. I don't get it. I don't know how you make yourself go that blank behind the eyes. I can't. Like, I would imagine if you told Catherine, hey, make the most blank face you could make, she still couldn't do it. Most people can't do that. Not to that degree. That's well, if we're lemons out of lemonade, right? At least she can do that. I don't know. All right. And then we have this post saying, I can't get over Meghan Markle's disdain and disrespect for protocol for the actual Queen. People don't like it when we say Queen of England. She was a Queen of England, but also of the Commonwealth. And yes, I get it. But but insisting it for herself, I am so glad this person brought up this point. This is something that I'm always screaming from the rooftops. She demands things for herself. such as being introduced. That's what they're referring back to. If you didn't know, I talked about in a separate video. I believe it was the Harpers Bazaar interviewer brought to everybody's attention that Meghan had herself announced by, I believe it was a house manager or something, to this person. And then many of us chimed in and said, that's not how royalty does it. Royalty, you know who they are. So they have their guests announced. They don't know who I am. So in theory, the staff would say, Your Royal Highness to William or Catherine. When I go have tea with Catherine, they'd say, Your Royal Highness, this is Jenn. Jenn, this is, Her Royal Highness, Catherine, Princess of Wales. And I'd be like, oh, I love you. Can I call you Kathleen? If you don't know, a sugar was so mad at me because I love Catherine so much. They got so mad they forgot her name was Catherine and called her Kathleen, which is fantastic. I love that name. But anyway, that made me laugh so hard. So I was like, okay. But yeah, that's not how royals work typically. They don't need to be introduced. We know who they are. They don't know who I am. Anyway, that is so funny to me. But the fact that she has people announcing her that she's the Duchess of Sussex after her medieval times curtsy, it's just next level narcissism. I love that. And I'm so glad that they're pointing that out. That's such a good point. That's very true. She can't recognize any royal traditions, but she makes up her own and insists people follow them. Make that make sense. You can't. Okay. She openly mocks tradition and protocol, yet expects her fellow Americans to show respect for her title, which is not a thing in America. She really has lost the plot. Exactly. You're exactly right. The only one that has to curtsy to her is Harry. Ha 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 ha. I bet you she makes them. Let me know in the comments if you think she does. Markle is disgusting. She refused to address her late majesty. The queen respectfully just referred to her as Harry's grandmother. What a POS. Agree. Names are not important. Didn't she say my husband's grandmother? I do believe she's did at one point. I don't remember the context, but that does ring a bell. People are possessions and nothing more to her. That's sick, right? Yeah, it is. Well, and it goes along with the theory that I always say, which feels like Meghan seems to think that the whole world orbits around Meghan. The whole world. So my husband, it's always everything in relation to her rather than them being actual people or having actual lives or personalities or things or whatever. The whole world revolves around her. All right. This enrages me so. This engenders so much rage in me. Me too. I understand that, but this was such an epic self-own that I now look upon it fondly. She mocked Queen Elizabeth II before the whole world, causing many of the indifferent to turn against her. Now, I get enraged as well. So mad about this. But I like this attitude. I really do. That's an interesting way of looking at it. It's horrible what she did. I'm not excusing it, but I'm saying, what if we look at it that way? This was something where she showed the whole world, one of 100 times, where she showed the whole world what an a-hole she is. I mean, if you don't believe her, just look at her. This is one of the moments where I always say, how can her followers still blindly follow her? I don't get that at all. Make that make sense. You can't, can you? No, you can't. All right. Meghan does not understand the customs and traditions. I think Meghan just gets her facts from Bridgerton and Disney. I love Bridgerton, but it's not historically accurate. It doesn't pretend to be. And neither does Disney. Royals don't announce themselves. They assume people will know who they are. It's the guests that are announced. Exactly the point that a lot of us have made. Sometimes there's a trumpet fanfare to announce the monarch has arrived. But it's just to let everybody know at big events. Again, it's assumed people will know who the monarch is. It's just to let people know of the arrival. I just thought that was such a good point and so well said. And again, everything that we've all said in the comments, it's absolutely silly at this point. But that's Meghan. Didn't she say to Oprah that titles mean nothing to her? Another lie. Yes. And Yes, and Harry said, just call me Harry. What happened to that? Okay. The other side of her mouth implied that Archie was not getting a title because of his skin color, stoking and using the BLM movement, as was Oprah. That's something I point to all the time. When people don't know about Meghan Markle and they're like, why, what's she done? Well, that's an easy go-to thing. How about the time she lied to everybody, told them this, knowing that her kids would get a title, and was banking on people not doing their homework and understanding that it had to be once Her Majesty the late Queen passed and King Charles came into power, then the titles would come in. She just told everybody that. And luckily now most people that even believed it then can see the truth, but the only ones that bought it hook, line, and sinker are her followers. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Causing your kids to stop believing in Santa before elementary school should disqualify you from hosting a holiday special. I don't even know what this was in regard to, but I thought this was such a profound statement. Yeah, agree. Your house, your rules. But agree. I'll just leave this at that in case there's kids around. Completely. I just think that is, again, your kids, your rules. And I'm not going to say it in case there are kids around. I think that is just such a, I don't know how else to say it, narcissistic move. You can't let kids have a little magic and a little joy. I mean, what else we're going to ruin? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's talk the Wales family, shall we? Did you know that they got a new coat of arms? Look how beautiful. It makes me so happy. I love this kind of stuff. Let's take a closer look. Gee, I wonder what Meghan's going to do now. Let's shift in a little bit and see it. Oh, look how beautiful. I love it. I would love to pretend to know what all this stuff means, but I don't. But somebody very smart broke down a little bit of it, so I'll do that for you. I just wanted you to be able to see the new coat of arms, the new Wales coat of arms. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Lovely. Okay, let's look. The 3 acorn. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. The 3 acorns on the Middleton coat of arms represent Catherine, Pippa, and James, the 3 Middleton kids. The gold, etc., is for Carol's maiden name, Goldsmith. How cool is that? Look. I love it. That is so cool. I love seeing that. Goldsmith. That is so cool. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Let me know what you think of the new coat of arms. And more importantly, what's Meghan going to do? Don't worry. Somebody designed a coat of arms for her that was so funny. It's coming up. You'll see it. But what do you think Meghan's going to do? Is she going to release something of her own? Is she going to announce herself and release something to try to get attention back on herself? Look over here. Look at me. I always felt like hers was very meaningful and Meghan's was just random things. Do you think it was because Catherine's father was more open to suggestion while Meghan was more autocratic? Or am I just missing the profoundness of being a California girl who uses words? I love that. The Middleton coat of arms. Did Scammy ever whine about how Dorito never got a coat of arms? Dorito didn't get a coat of arms, but she got an allowance from King Charles. The Middletons paid their share of the wedding of William and Catherine. Didn't take a penny from the royal family. Those two are not the same. Don't you want to know every detail of that? Because I sure do. I want to know under what's the word? What was the logic and reasoning they fed King Charles about paying Dorito? I'll say allegedly. If she got paid, I'd heard the same thing. I believe it was mentioned in some of the royal books. But if she got paid, how did they sell that to King Charles? Let me know. What do you think they told him? She needs it for security. They're after her too. Like what do you think? Let me know. All right. Oh, here it is. Here is shout out to fine_boat 5141. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. Okay. This is the coat of arms that Fine Boat designed for her. Just look at all of it. It's a crown with a price tag. We got HRH hanging off of it. We've got jam and wine, an exclamation point, and you can see what else. Um, Royal-ish. You can notice the other details. I think this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Royal-ish. I would have put a candle somewhere in there too, because that's funny. Okay. And then somewhere like a simp little Harry hiding. But people obviously reacting big time to this coat of arms they designed for Meghan. Release her own coat of arms printed in rugs and blankets. That's what they think Meghan will do. Maybe she will. She's already got the doormats done. One of my favorite moments ever. Again, some of my favorite things are things that they have done that have told on themselves. They posted some picture. I can't even remember, and I don't care. It was Harry with some lady. I can picture it in my head. And you can see behind them the doormat that had their own design, that HM monstrosity in their own like design on it with a crown. It's so cheesy. It's so bad. So bad. Do you think she told Harry, hey, if the M isn't dominant over the H, then you're not a feminist? Probably. Well, let me know your thoughts on all this, guys. That's all I've got. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. That was so much fun. I love reading through these. Let me know your thoughts. Hey, let me go ahead and wish you an early happy Thanksgiving in case you're traveling, or I don't know, anything in case, you're not around. I just wanted to say a very happy Thanksgiving. If you're not American, that's okay. Still happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for this channel. I'm thankful for the friendships, the genuine friendships that I've made as a result of this channel, the people I have gotten to talk to and meet, and just all of it. I'm thankful for every one of you. I truly am. I'm going to keep bringing you stuff, so don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just letting you know. Just to have a happy Thanksgiving in case, you take a couple of days or whatever, but come back. I'll be here. I am planning to post. I don't know what I'm going to post on Thanksgiving. I'm trying to think of something, maybe something, like best of or thankful for kind of thing, but check back lots. I'm sure I'll post stuff. But again, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you guys again soon as they do more stuff. I'm going to be talking about it. And if you want to further support this show, can I just say a huge thank you to everybody who's bought merch lately? That means the whole world to me. I really appreciate that. A lot of you guys saying you got early Christmas gifts for your family. I really appreciate that. I have everything from Everything's Fine to Honk Honk and Team Catherine and everything in between. So let me know if you pick that up so I can tell you thank you. And if you want to further support, of course, check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's my old name. Got tons of new stuff, tons of bonus material. And I've recapped the first episode of Victoria Beckham show. I've just talked about Love is Blind in one because there is a Meghan character on that. I talk about all kinds of stuff. Harry and Meghan stuff, not Harry and Meghan stuff. Check that out if you're the least bit interested. And I'll be covering this With Love Meghan holiday special when that comes out. It's going to be a disaster. Can't wait. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I cannot wait to bring you more stuff like this. Have the best day. Bye-bye. Hi, how are you? Oh, I love this shirt. Thank you, Gigi. It's like deep, deep blue. I think it shows up as black, but it's deep blue and it's so pretty. And I like the high neck because it's kind of sheer, but that's cool. I like it. I think it's so fun. Kind of velvety. I'm really into velvet right now. I got a couple of velvet shirts. And then Gigi got me these. Aren't they pretty? I love the way they catch the light and they're that blue that I love. I love it. Anyway, tell me about you. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you cooking? Do you have a favorite to eat or a favorite recipe? If you're not American, have you ever done a Thanksgiving? I know other countries sometimes, like Canada, theirs is a little bit different time of year. Does your country celebrate Thanksgiving? If not, do you know anything about our Thanksgiving? Is there any food you'd like to try? My mom makes killer mashed potatoes. She's fantastic. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all this. I think that's such a good point about the How are you gonna have a holiday special? I don't wanna say in case the kid's around, but you get the idea. That's such a good point. All right, that's gonna do it for me. Have the best week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, Gigi, for the earrings and shirt. I love them. They're so pretty and so fun. Bye.